Get your motor running with the Oculus Quest 2. I'm sorry, I mean the Meta Quest 2!
Annoyingly, they've changed the name, and now I have to call it the Meta Quest. But here she is, back in action. I wasn't using it for a long time, but I finally figured I'm gonna spend some time and figure this out. So I spent the past, couple months, something like that, determining what it is I need to do to make this work for my setup. Because my setup is not the problem. I'm running a 3090, a 5950X, 64 gigs of RAM. I got what I need. So I started off with, of course, the Oculus original cable. It's comically short. It's about 2 feet long, maybe 2.5 feet long, something like that. You could literally, you can't do anything with it. All you can do is charge it, and that's all they want you to do with it. They want to be able to upsell. They could have just added an extra foot or two, included a 90-degree angle on one end, and it would have been a functional cable out the box. And how much more do you think that would have costed them? They're going to advertise, you need our $80 cable. No, you don't. So I ended up buying this cable, which is, wait, I still got more. 16 feet long with a 90-degree angle there. This one ended up not working out. For whatever reason, it just would not charge. I could have like 2.5, maybe 3 hours of runtime with this cable, with the headset in SimRacing. Didn't have enough room in that tiny little cable to put the power and the data through, I guess. Anyway, 16 feet. I think I paid like $50 for this cable, and I regret it. And keep in mind, this is USB-C to USB-C. So my solution was this cable. This cable costed me, I think, $10. It's a bit stiffer. It's a thick boy, but it's still got the 90-degree angle there. And you'll notice it looks a little bit archaic on one end. I can't believe my eyes. What is that? Well, it's regular USB. I have an Asus ROG Strix B550 gaming motherboard. For whatever reason, the Type-C connection does not charge my unit. I switched to the A, and guess what? Now my headset lasts as long as I want it to. Yes, that's right. Regular USB is the solution, at least for me. So it could be for you too. $10. It might have been like $15, but still, it's a 10-foot cable, so it's $1 per foot. That's solution number one, and I'll show you the results here in a little bit. The second solution made things look so much better. So much better. You go to Oculus Debug Tool, but where do you find it? So you want to go to Files, and go to this PC, and go to whatever you installed it on initially. So I installed mine on C. Then go to Program Files. Here it is, Oculus. And you want to go to Support. And then from here, go to Diagnostics. And there it is right there. Oculus Debug Tool. So just right click on it and create a shortcut to your desktop so you can mess around with it. You can see my settings here. Some of it's pretty aggressive, and that's because I have a 3090 and a 5950X with 64 gigs of RAM. Not everybody has this, but this feature right here, link sharpening, enabled. Do that. It doesn't take any more processing power really, and it enhances the clarity and the brightness of the unit. It doesn't have that weird fuzzy, weird look to it anymore. It's gone. Another thing that helped me, again, this is not something that everybody will be able to do, but encode bitrate, I have it set to the maximum 500. And it's way better, way less compression going on like visually. I'm gonna show you a game that's not too graphically intensive, but it is something you can see very clearly a huge difference. But Richard Burns Rally Pro, it's an old game. I think it's like 18 years old. You can legally marry it. Okay, get rid of that. This. Aha! Yes, this is now delegated to my phone charging cable and it's not even good for that. It's too short for that. I will put a link to this cable in the description. This is a Kiwi cable. You can get it on Amazon. Okay, so we're gonna put the headset on, and you can see that we went straight to Steam VR. Now, the reason why I did this is because I have an application called Oculus Killer. So it kills all of the unnecessary Oculus functions, and it takes you straight to Steam VR. So if you're like me and you don't use anything on the Oculus store for PC VR and you use Steam VR mostly, 100% recommended. That also gives you more performance. I think it saves like 300 megabytes of data, that's not being transferred back and forth constantly. So it will take a load off your fanny. So if you take a look at that muscle man right there, He looks like he has muscle in his wrists. So now let me turn link sharpening off. Who is that? Who's behind those Foster Grants? You can't see the texture of the road very much. I mean, I'd say it's a little bit more natural looking. It's not so harsh, like the edges aren't super, but it's so soft looking. How are you gonna penetrate the stage? Let's turn link sharpening on. But look at the difference in the road. Look at Dolph Lundgren and the Ghostbusters guy over there. You can actually recognize them. The rocks on the road, you can see texture on the road. Like if I get out of the car and I look around, you look at the road. I mean, you can see the rocks in the road. You can see that lady's G-string popping out of her pants. Let's take a look at this cameraman taking his action stance. Oh yeah. Anyway, you can see it's a huge improvement. This Kiwi cable. Not only did it fix my charging issue, I can charge while I'm playing now, but I have no more frame skipping. I have no more weird stutters. Now I do have a how to squeeze the most performance out of your VR setup, and I'll link it below. Some of the techniques are pretty aggressive. So yeah, check that video out in the description. You'll literally just milk every little ounce performance out of your VR headset into your system that way. Now, some problems that I still see with this headset for SimRacing, I mean, there's no forehead support. It's literally all the weight is on your cheekbones, and it's very front heavy still. So if you have like the battery pack in the back for the extra weight, I guess that might help, or a different kind of head strap. But yeah, for now, like it's still very front heavy, and it'll make your neck sore, you know, for a little while until you kind of get used to it. I promised one of my subscribers I would mention this in the video about the Wi-Fi module. I don't know if it's just like certain units, but I have pretty decent Wi-Fi in here. I think I have like 150 megabits per second in here, and I have like 200 something in the house. But I lose connection out here. It's very annoying. It's still pretty annoying to connect to PC. Like there's a lot of steps, and it feels unnecessary. I feel like I should just be able to plug it in and have it work. And I can't wait till they figure out how to make hand tracking work with the PC VR stuff. I don't know if they're ever going to do that, but I absolutely hate searching for my damn controller or having the battery die. So anyway, I hope this video helped you out in some ways. Have a good day. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video.